Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dave, aka DREBG. It's 2:53 in the afternoon on Thursday, February 25th. Sorry, I'm a little dragging today. We went to John Mayer last night at the Garden in Boston, and I'm still trying to recover. But anyway, good night, early morning. This is what the charts look like. What you're looking at is the British Pound Futures on the 15-minute chart on the TOS platform around 8:30 this morning. That's what this candle here is. And you'll see that we have a candle with a lower shadow here, closing higher solidly on some higher volume. And we had some more of this overnight. Here's earlier in the morning and really early in the morning that you'll see that there's some buying interest somewhere in here. And I'm thinking that there's going to be an up move. So if we go and move on, you'll see we now show this huge hammer on really high volume, especially from the rest of the overnight. And this leads me to think that we're definitely going to have an up move. And if nothing else, going long halfway down the candle is usually a good bet. Usually what I've been trying to do is draw some sort of fib study to give me an idea where the target's going to be. And actually, if we bring this down to a 5-minute chart, this 15-minute candle at 8:30 is actually represented by these three candles here that have this shadow on it. These are the same three candles that are in this one candle here. So when you look at this, and you see here's the spike, obviously, and the higher volume from those three. Here's the open and the close, which gives it the top part of that candle on the 15-minute chart. Again, this portion here. And when you fib this out, what you'll end up finding is that the fib studies get me a target somewhere right around the 152.90-ish levels. And I really originally put this level here, 152.92 is my first target, in between the 1382 and the 1236. It's just been kind of a good level that I've been choosing lately as a target. But what I didn't like was that this is only 3 candles long as far as a fib study is concerned on a 5-minute chart. Really not much of a study, but I knew that we were going to have some sort of an up move because that 15-minute candle was just so powerful on such high volume. So I waited a little bit and ended up entering a little higher. And the way it worked out was, let's see if I can bring this into focus here. You'll see that when I bring up the entry, here we go. The entry was here on this blue line at 52.67, and the target originally was 52.92, which would have been in between these two fib targets. But again, I wasn't keen on this only being 3 long as far as the study is concerned. So the pink line is my stop loss. It's 20 pips back. My target was 25 pips up, so we got a better than 1-to-1 risk to reward. And anyway, we finally entered right here on this blue line. If we go forward a little more, you'll see that we actually ended up retesting a little bit back down to the 382 level, and we kind of meandered along a little bit with a little bit of consolidation. Again, this is just 5-minute candles, guys. And then all of a sudden we had a nice little spike here. Well, what I did was, when I saw this new swing high on the 5-minute chart, I redragged this fib study, and I felt better about having a few more candles involved when we drew the study. Again, here's our 15-minute candle encompassed of these 3 candles here. And I redragged the fib study, and voila, what do we have? 52.97, which is still in between these two first fib targets, fib extensions. And I felt better about this. Still left the stop loss where it was, and if we carry this along, you'll see that a little bit of rambling, we finally hit the fib targets, and then some. We actually went above it. But again, I found that these, in between these two levels, is just a good solid place to get out. If it started shooting up farther, then maybe we move to break even somewhere in here and let it ride, or cover half the trade. Who knows? Point is, it went. We got 30 pips out of this thing with 1 to 1.5 R&R, which is really good. No qualms about that whatsoever. And we did it all before 10 o'clock. This is the run-up, basically, of the equity markets opening. Here's 9:30, and you can see we just shot right through. When I pan over a little more, you'll see what happened. we had this little hammer here. I'm already out of the trade at this point, but on very low volume. And it's just as well because the rest of the day today so far, this is what we were left with. Down and down and down we go. And I wasn't in any of this. I haven't done anything else today. But just like yesterday, we were in and out of a trade by around 10 a.m. And that was it. 30 pips, in, out, done. So again, I'll go back to the 15-minute chart. You see this hammer. We can even pan over a little bit to see what it looks like on the 15. Here's that fib study that we drew. Not much of a fib study drawing it to these swings. These weren't really swings on the 15-minute chart. I didn't have anywhere to draw them until I dropped down to the 15, or dropped down to the 5. And once we did, now we have a better way to draw them rather than from here to here, but from here to here. It just seemed like a better way to go with regard to more candles involved in the study. So, blue candle entry, green candle target in between the two fib targets, and stop loss down here below the 78.6 and also below the shadows of these candles here. Worked out great. It's been working out pretty well. Again, this is just demo, guys, so no getting too excited, but I am liking this, and it seems to be working out pretty well, and it's always usually around those 8 to 11 time frames when U.S. equity markets start to kick in. So that's it for now. I hope everyone got a little something out of this, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.